Welcome to the 50th Hunger Games. I had the honor of narrating Sunrise on the Reaping, the newest addition to the Hunger Games series. But I am not the first to step into this world. The series has had a few other amazing voices bring it to life.
I had the honor of narrating the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, written by Suzanne Collins.
Today we're swapping stories,
Comparing notes,
and we're taking a deep dive behind the scenes to explore
what makes narrating this series so unforgettable.
I would get a large cold brew, large hot green tea, and an egg sandwich. Little WD-40 for your esophagus.
You gotta get everything set up nicely. You're gonna be in there a long time. You're gonna be in there at least 4 hours, sometimes 6, sometimes 8, depending on how you're feeling. And then I will also always have water, got the iPad charged. That's about it.
I think because I've been a fan of these books and this world for like 16 years, I was surprised at how moved I was. It was a really strangely powerful experience to participate in it.
The most surprising thing about recording this audiobook is that they sent somebody to my house to install a safe which held an iPad, which had the book on it, and I couldn't tell anybody that I was reading the book, that I had the book, and I couldn't leave my apartment with the iPad.
It's easy to get emotionally carried away reading these books because they are so powerful, but then that can also be kind of hard to manage because as an actor, you don't want to have an experience that precludes the audience from sharing that experience with you. If you're too busy experiencing something emotionally to share it, it doesn't really do anyone else any good.
The challenge with this book, and it's in the title, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I knew, and I was like, guys, there's a lot of songs in here. Now, what people don't know is the narrator of an audiobook, if there's songs or lyrics to a song, you can't sing the song. One, there is no song. There is no melody. And if there's gonna be a movie of it, they don't wanna be stuck into the melody you chose on some day in a sound booth. So you have to kind of read them like you're reading lyrics, which there's no really great way to do that. You do your best, you try to infuse it with what the author intended, and you trust the audience has an imagination to imagine what song they wish it was.
Oh, there's so many good lines. There's so many very powerful lines. I love "They will not use my tears for their entertainment." That's a very powerful sentiment to me.
People aren't so bad, really, she said. It's what the world does to them. Hurt people hurt people.
Aspirationally, I would love to say "Hey Mitch," but I think I'm probably like a sort of anonymous guy from District 9 who dies in the first 5 minutes.
I mean, I relate to Coriolanus in some ways of feeling like you have so much to prove, coming from nothing, trying to make your way in the world. I don't necessarily relate to what he does to people.
I loved voicing President Snow. I think everybody has some iconic associations with that. That was really fun. And then "Hey Mitch" as well was just a real pleasure. The whole book is from his perspective, so I had the opportunity to kind of settle into that voice.
I did like voicing Volumnia Gall. The descriptions of her were very colorful and something I'd never be asked to play, this regal older woman. That was kind of the trickiest, but also the most fun.
A lot of your job as a narrator, I think, is to just kind of trust the writing, and it takes care of that for you. I found myself immersed in the atmosphere because of how strong and evocative the writing is.
9/10 of that job is the author. You just have to embrace what they already laid out for you. I mean, the fact that it got this far means it's pretty darn good.
My mom is a big fan of the series. She's a librarian. If you're a librarian in a small town library, when these books are coming out, you're having a hard time keeping them on the shelves. Every kid wants them, and there's one copy. So my mom is excited about this.
My sister-in-law was thrilled that I was reading this book, and she called me like the day after it came out. She had listened to it all and asked me about the names. She was like, was it hard to learn how to say all those names? I was like, yeah, it was.
I think the goal of performance is to share the experience of the story with the listener. So my hope is that my favorite parts of the audiobook are your favorite parts of the audiobook. And I'm really excited to hear what your favorite parts of the audiobook are, to be honest.
The way that she writes Coriolanus's maturation as he grows into an adult and kind of where the seeds are planted of who he ends up becoming, it's really specific and unique. And I think you have to really know those first 3 books in order to catch on to that.
That's a trick question because my best narrative voice is my own voice. Sunrise on the Reaping. You're not gonna trick me into doing some phony voice. Okay, you tricked me. Sunrise on the Reaping.
The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, written by Suzanne Collins.
I would really recommend that people listen to the original Hunger Games trilogy prior to listening to Sunrise on the Reaping. It builds the world, it fleshes out this incredible fantasy universe, and also it gives you so much context for who Haymitch is 25 years later. It's amazing to see him as an adult, to sort of get these kind of strange whispers and shades of his past before you dive into that past and learn what really happened during his Hunger Games. When you see what the Capitol does to Haymitch, it's very satisfying to know that it doesn't last forever.
Now go experience it for yourself.
Listen to Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins.
Now on Audible.